By taking the road northwest from the MDPL-13 power station, we reach a crossroads surrounded by skulls. There must be raiders somewhere nearby. To the right we see a farm, straight on are the remains of several pre-war homes, and to the left is a dirt path leading up a nearby hill. Let's go there first. Following the dirt path leads underneath the monorail, where a trio of super mutants have set up an ambush. With that taken care of, we can continue following the dirt path until seeing the remains of Germantown. That place is tied to a quest, so let's head back to the crossroads. Before stepping back down onto the road, I noticed that the dirt path had another way we could go. Doing so leads to somewhere I had never found during any of my previous playthroughs, so I was pretty excited to go inside. Getting closer reveals the location to be a warren. The door leading inside has been boarded with wooden planks, and the way the metal grating bends outwards like that makes me think that whoever did this wanted to prevent something from getting out. Let's see if whatever did this is still inside. Vicious dogs. Luckily I have the animal friend perk so they won't attack me. Throughout the warren we find the rotting corpse of a Brahmin. No idea how a thing that big managed to fit through a hole that small. Nearby the skeletal remains of a human are 2 stimpaks, and at the very end of the warren, past several other dogs, are the bodies of a Wastelander and a mercenary. Theory time. This warren was built by the nearby farmers who couldn't get inside one of the local vaults, so they decided to build their own. Spoilers, they didn't do it in time. But they also didn't die. They survived outside, their cows became Brahmin, and the wild dogs began to attack. After many of the Brahmin died, they did the only thing they could, moved them into the makeshift vault. Spoilers, it didn't work. Have you seen the thing? The way the dog pulls on the fence like that? Just saying. The dogs broke through, and all that remains is the rotting corpse of a Brahmin, and the bones of the others, and maybe the remains of one of the farmers. I don't know. What do you think happened? Let me know in the comments below. Heading northeast from the warren leads to an old barn. Inside is a scavenger and his watchdog. We can trade with the inhabitants and also do a little looting. The only problem with that is it counts as stealing. Up the stairs are several boxes of ammunition, a sniper rifle, and a Chinese assault rifle. I have found many sniper rifles during my travels, so I didn't feel too bad leaving one behind. However, there was a personal locker that I couldn't leave untouched. I just had to know what was inside. The dog is constantly watching, but I did manage to get lucky and pick the lock without being seen. Inside was a Chinese Army Spec Ops training manual that I claimed as my own. Now, this locker requires the player to have a lockpicking skill of 100. If your skill isn't quite there yet, you'll be glad to know that there is a key close by that opens it. But it's almost unobtainable. Behind the barn is a wrecked bus, where the scavenger has lined up several items along the top to be used as target practice. And this is where the key to the locker can be found. The only problem is that it's beneath the bus, and the only ways of getting to it are with console commands, which is what I did, or by using mines and a missile launcher, which seems to be the only way for those playing on console to get it. In my honest opinion, the reward simply doesn't outweigh the hassle, especially for you console players. I think it would be much easier to just wait until your lockpicking skill is high enough and then return to the chest to get the manual. Moving on. Back inside the barn, I was about to have myself a little fun and spend some time shooting the targets when something on the hill behind the bus caught my eye. 5 bloatflies buzzing around. Activity like that needs to be investigated. With the bloatflies swatted, I looked around and found the bodies of a Wastelander and a mercenary. Beside their bodies are Psycho, Jet, and a US Army 30 handy flamethrower recipes cookbook. Yoink! With that said and done, the only way left to go was west towards the Reclining Groves Resort Homes. Try saying that 3 times. This place is a bit of a mess, so I'll just get to the goods. Inside the first home, on the right, and atop a bookcase, is the Tales of a Junktown jerky vendor. Then inside the home at the very northwest of the area is a first aid box, and lastly, inside the home with the lean-to are several loose bottle caps sitting on the table. And that's it. There's also a spot for a random encounter. For me, it was a group of raiders. At first I thought they were there to ambush the player. All along the fences are skulls, so it made sense for them to be there. But reloading an earlier save replaced the raiders with Brahmin, which was fun. Although I did reload back to my latest save, and the Brahmin somehow managed to follow me from one save to the next. I don't know why this happened, but the Brahmin seemed pretty smug.
Hey, Eric, look at me. Bitch.
And there we have it, the Warren and the Reclining Groves Resort Homes. If you've enjoyed the video, then consider leaving a comment, liking the video, sharing it with a friend, subscribing to see more, and enabling notifications to avoid missing any activity. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next adventure.